Great. So this is the third video in this series. In this video, we are going to check now that we already prepared the Gerbers. We exported this as we shown in the last video. Check video 2, video 1 of this series. And we created the fabricated folder. We also made the bomb in a way that JLCPCB expects. You can just download an example bomb from their website when you put order now. And we also made the pos file, so the position that has the mid X and mid Y that the machine has to select to place the part in your top layer. JLCPCB, as far as I know, places the parts either on the top or on the bottom layer. You cannot place it in both, or at least I'm not aware of that. So if you solder something in the down layer, you have to solder by hand. Also, there is another remark, that is that if some parts of your BOM, of your bill of materials, you are not going to populate, like for example here I have an optional RTC circuit that I'm not going to place. Let's check where is RTC here. RTC circuit is here with the crystal resonator and so on. It's called U7. So let's go to this. This is great to use with 2 monitors, but at the moment I have only 1 connected. U7 is there. So if this U7 is not going to be populated, then you can just leave it empty in the BOM. Like I did here. You can see here on the BOM, if you search for U7 here, I left it empty. Because this part and the SP32S3, I'm going to solder by hand, and this part is not going to be populated because the client doesn't need it. But however, the rest of the circuit, except the crystal, is there just in case we want to test it. But that's something to take in account. So this pick and copy paste thing that we did from here to the schematics to here, we are not going to leave populated if we want that part not to be soldered by JLCPCB. So now that we have these files, let's save it. Now that we have these files ready, that is the BOM, the POS file, and the Gerber's zip file. Also, you just go to the whole export directory and you just zip this into a big zip that has everything. Once you have that, then you are ready to go to fabrication mode. So that was the preparation, was come in the second video. You can watch it before this one, I recommend it, and also the video number 1. So now let's go to JLCPCB file website and click on order now. As you can see also here, there is a part that is very important for me. It's called my parts lib, and my parts lib is actually a library, an internal library that is kept only for you, where you can purchase parts by quantity. Like for example, if I use a lot of these resistors, then I will purchase 100 or 1000 depending on what. And the most important parts, for example, the TPS 65185, that is a power mic. Then these parts I usually pre-ordered and they are not available in JLCPCB. So if you go here, if you go to parts, jlcpcb.com parts, then you will see that this part has or had 1 stock. So with this part you are not going to make any PCB unless you pre-order the part. Okay, that's something to take in account. Sometimes you won't be able to make PCB because you don't have parts in stock. And this is not a basic part, this is an extended part, which actually is very improbably that JLCPCB puts in stock again. So you have to pre-order and purchase and add it into my parts lib. So my parts lib is a site, a part on your JLCPCB account where you can order parts and you collect parts, and this can be used only for PCB assembly. They are not going to be sent to you. That's very important to know. These parts, all the parts that I have here, they have quite a lot of parts, they are not going to be sent to you. They are going to be used only when you order a PCB. So let's go ahead and order. So that's why I made here a link that I shown before. Before I made a link to my folder, working folder to Fab1 in the desktop, because then it's very easy to click here, go to fabrication, and then you have the GBR file and also the other files that you require ready to upload. Otherwise you have to go all the time making 3, 4, whatever clicks to go to the folder and select the file. So that's it. This is the file that we've been working on already for days. And as you can see, all this is detected automatically, the dimensions, the layer, the quantity you can select, of course. I'm going to make 5 because it's a very early test. Here you can see the price that is, I guess, is this high because the PCB is quite big. And well, so far here I never changed anything. Sorry, but I'm not this kind of guy that I want the PCBs to look beautiful and blue or white. Actually give a shit about the color. On the first early revisions, I just care that it works. So this, usually, if you want it fast, you see this is the fastest option. This 24-hour also is the recommended for me also to make very early revisions. Only when you have something in production and you want that to be red or black because of a reason, then do it. But otherwise in early releases, just pick the green, pick the cheapest one and the fastest one. So all this, I also never changed anything. Changing any of the options here, of course, will update the price because it's more Cooper weight, is layer sequence. This node doesn't change anything, but if you have the right sequence specified here in the KiCad PCB, that's, you can see it's front Cooper, this front Cooper, in 1, in 2, and back Cooper, then usually you don't have to specify a layer sequence at all. You can do it, of course, but it's not needed. So let's go ahead. Here you can put a remark if you want to tell something to JLCPCB. Don't put anything stupid, just put a remark if it's something really like important for the PCB. I usually don't put anything. Last time when I make only silicon, I put first PCB only silicon, so kind of alerting the guys, please check it because I'm real dumb doing this and I don't really know what I'm doing. And this was kind of a signal to them, but that's all. So here is the PCB. We are going to assemble in the top side, not in the bottom. The bottom there is nothing. We're going to choose economic, top side, and 5. We're going to make 5. Usually this option is good, confirm parts placement, because this is the first time I do this PCB and I want to check that when the engineers of JLCPCB rotate and correct the parts, then I want to check here on my front Cooper layer and check if the part, the pin 1, is in the pin 1 where they correct it. Maybe it's not needed for small things. For this PCB that has 50 parts, some things I would like to check. So yes, I will say yes. It costs, I think, I don't know, like $1 more or something. Just, if you're unsure, just do it. I don't need any of this. Maybe you will need photo confirmation. I never do it. No, all this adds also some more money to the PCB. I don't need it. So let's confirm it. So here you have a preview of the board itself. It looks very good actually. Make sure that the edge cuts are really well closed, and of course make sure before doing this step and before compressing your Gerbers to go here and do the design rules checker. This is rule number 1, right? This errors part has to be null, 0. Okay, these warnings are because there are some stuff that, for example, when you place the ASP32 like this, then the silk screen will be clipped by the board. Yes, that's true. Or because some footprints you change somehow, and there does not match exactly the library on the copy you have here on the PCB to the library copy. Okay, that's not important for me now. The important thing is that the errors is 0. And take care, for example, when you make cuts in the PCB, because when you make cuts, you might get too close to the traces themselves, and it can be that you go too close. This is actually not perfect. I won't do it now, but this should be a bit away from this cut, because if for some reason the FPC cable that's going to be connected like this doesn't reach the end, and you have to go here and remove a piece of material, then you're going to cut the trace. So if you see something like this in your boards, it takes like, I don't know, 1 minute to fix it. Just go ahead and do it, you know. All these traces that are like 1 millimeter to the edge, red alert. Don't do it. Don't do it like this, because it might break the PCB. So now I shouldn't be doing this because I'm showing another thing, but I will do it fast, just to show you how fast you can change it. It's really easy. So that's it. I'm going to just make the trace a bit more away from here, and that's it. And this is okay. I'm going to delete this and that, and yes, I'm gonna do this different. All these checks you have to do before doing what I'm doing, of course. That's it. Yes. But you see, it's a very minimal change, and right now at least it looks like I have to cut, I don't know, 5 millimeters, and I'm not going to do it to reach this trace here. Yes, every time you see these little things, just go ahead and correct them. Also, for example, if you see that this trace can be shorter, made in something like this, okay, to do it. You know? All these are minimal improvisations, corrections that make sense, actually. You know. Also, this here that you can see, for example, why it has to be like this and why it cannot be shorter. Just do it. Just go ahead and come back. Yeah, doesn't matter where. Just go ahead, duck. And that's it. Looking nicer, shorter, easier, and took 3 minutes. Okay. So every time you do something like this, of course, you have to go again. You don't need to delete the Gerbers, really. You can just export Gerbers files over the old ones. So export, fabrication output Gerbers, and you just go again and plot everything. But remember, if you change any bias, then you have to generate the drill files again also. Map and drill. That's it. Okay, close. So let's go to the other step. Let's compress this, and we take the chance to show how is this part done. We compress this, and we go back to the other folder, fabrication, and we overwrite this. Perfect. Okay, so now we are going to go back Oh, we're going to go to order now again. It doesn't matter, you can order now and you will lose the other order. Just go again. So that's it. Now we corrected this little layer issue. This should be checked before, but I just wanted to show how dynamic you can be making something sending something to fabrication without complicating your life too much. Easy peasy. Again, PCB assembly, top side 5, yes, confirm parts placement, confirm. Yes, you can see here the change I made. Bottom. Credits to my friend Valentin Roland here. Oh. Okay. Looks mirrored. That's weird. How it looks here in the seal screen, but on the back seal screen. Okay, let's view this in 3D. No, it looks correct. It looks mirrored by JLCPCB. Okay, so then no problems. I'm also not very worried about the seal screen at the moment. So now is the moment. We will select the BOM file we just created and the position pick and place file. It's called P&L, and we will process them. If all goes good, then it comes a page where you can double check the components. Okay, so it says that GR and G5 designators doesn't exist in the BOM. Let's check. Very good JLC, because they improved their messages. Before it just was not so precise, it didn't tell you so much. So just open the BOM and check what is JIT hot dry, G dry, and JOT 5. Let's check it fast. Ctrl F, G try, find. True. Channel 55, they are not here. And what is here in the PCB itself? J3. Okay. So yeah, that's what happens when you have in the post file things that should not be there. You have to double click here, properties, go to general, and exclude from position files, because all these kind of things that are just headers to solder stuff, then you don't need it, right? You don't need this to have as a component, so you don't need it to be in the position file. So, and chat hot 5 was, no? Yes, exactly. So these two little guys shouldn't be in the position files, actually. Exclude from position files. So that means that now if I go and re-export the position file, these two guys are not going to come there. So now we can just go ahead to the pos and yeah, should simply delete them. This we'll go to delete, and 5 we're going to delete also. Save. Alright, so these are the kind of problems that may arise when you are processing the BOM and CPL. There are many components, and you may forget about excluding something, and then simply they are not going to be there. Okay, so let's check what's going on with this file again. BOM. Save as Kaleido BOM. No, 1 second. This is the BOM, yes, okay. And let's check the POS file now. Yes. Save as. I usually save this as Microsoft Excel 2010. Yes, I know we're in 2024, but it doesn't matter. It's the latest version that this program supports over here. So make sure that it's supported, that is uploaded in a supported format, that Excel or CC file, and go again. As you can see, this is a step that can take a few minutes. You don't get it for a complex PCB in 30 seconds. So let's check this. Yes, this is because there are multiple lines in the BOM that match the same part. It's an alert. You have to check if the matching is correct. I would say this part, don't take it for granted. Oh, we're already some minutes on the line. Because at least you need to check that this comment and the part itself match the part detail. So go fast with your eyes and check that's 22 microfarad are 22, 4.7 is 4.7, and so on, and that the capacitors are capacitors and not, I don't know, resistors or whatever, you know, because it can be that you just mismatch it or copy paste something in the Excel or whatever happens, and then you will place the wrong part in the same footprint, and that's really, guys, a bad thing to do. Okay, because the JLCPCB is not going to check this for you. It's you that you are the responsible to upload the correct files to the pick and place machine. Great, so this seems to be correct so far. 10 nanofarad, 12 PF, picofarad, nanofarad again, 100, 2.2. Yeah, so far all looks all right. As you can see here, it tells you if it comes for your parts library or it comes from JLCPCB libraries. Then we're going to check this again. 14 volts. All good. All seems good. Connectors. This is important because it's the touch connector and the front light connector. Okay, this is also important because it generates the voltages for the e-paper display. 4.7, 2.2, the coils. This 22 is, I think, the big one for the voltage booster. Yeah, also make sure that these components, you always have to buy a bit more, because even though we need only 5, the machine needs minimum 7. So you are going to pay for these 2 and you're not going to use it, but otherwise you're not going to get it soldered. So if you want to use 5, you have to solder it yourself. That's the way it works. I'm sorry. So all good, looks good. This is because there are multiple lines in the BOM that share the same part. This is okay. This is no problem. And yes, so far all looks good. I would say this, I'm going to do it fast now, but when you do it for yourself, just go and, as I'm telling you, check that the comment on the part itself matches your row in the Excel sheet. Okay, 3.9, 3.9, yes, okay, 43, 1 mega, that's okay, yes, more or less okay, yes, okay, this looks good. Seems that we did a fairly good job here. Yes, okay, sorry to bore you with this, but as I mentioned, it's very important if you want to get it right. Yes, comes from my parts. Yes, great. And yeah, this is the parts that we didn't select it. See, no parts selected, that's correct. We are not going to solder these parts. And all the rest is looking quite good, I would say. So that's it. This PCF we are not going to place. no, we're not going to place because we don't want it to be soldered, the RTC. Okay, next, yes, do not place. It asks you, hey, these parts are not selected, what do you want to do? Okay, and then you say, I'm not going to place it. So that's it. As you can see, the RTC here, the crystal is not there, and also the expressive S3 is also not there. I'm going to take a screenshot here because I'm going to share it later for the video or something. Let's do it. Okay, and basically that's it, folks. Then you have already the thing. You have to go next. And yeah, okay, this total price is because I paid for the whole components before. It's not this price, what you see is what you get. And then you can just put here whatever, this ink Kaleido controller or board, controller board, and that's it. It's saved to cart. And well, that's done, let's say. I usually let it go for some days, or at least one day. I sleep over this. I think about if I really want to submit this to fabrication, if I didn't make any mistake, and then next day I check out and pay for it. I hope that you enjoyed it and it didn't bore you with this long video, and thank you for watching.